and get ready for race day with Mission Foods. The world's best racers and tastiest products come together to make every race delicious. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy-to-make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.
Okay, so pretend this is your race car. It's on the trailer, and you have an accident. Ouch! At least your truck's insurance will pay for another one? Yeah, not so fast. Standard insurance won't replace your race car, whether it's in the trailer, in the paddock, in the garage, or the repair shop. But at Hagerty, we can protect it for what it's really worth anytime it's off the track. No matter what or where you race, all for less than a set of race tires. Hagerty, let's drive together.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, road course, trail, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance, priced to make your project affordable. And it's all backed by trusted tech expertise and blazing fast shipping. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
In racing, every second counts. Communication isn't just important, it's everything. Established in 1996 in Daytona Beach, Florida, Speedcom Communications was born from a passion for racing and a vision to revolutionize motorsports communication. Trusted by competitors across the world.
Okay, so pretend this is your race car. It's on the trailer, and you have an accident. Ouch! At least your truck's insurance will pay for another one? Yeah, not so fast. Standard insurance won't replace your race car, whether it's in the trailer, in the paddock, in the garage, or the repair shop. But at Hagerty, we can protect it for what it's really worth anytime it's off the track. No matter what or where you race, all for less than a set of race tires. Hagerty, let's drive together.
Is this? Look at this view from Losowski.
It brings all my fans, it brings the audience into the car with me.
Speed turn, 140 mile an hour entry speeds.
The quickest and most efficient way for me to get information to my drivers is from using the V-Box HD2 system.
Architecture is about everything. We change the environment. We are changing how people live in the environment today. So we basically put our fingerprint on the future of what the United States looks like. My overall business philosophy is that I'm engaged with my company from top to bottom. And I think the racing world and helping out the next generation and younger drivers is a passion of mine, and is getting stronger and stronger every year. With that, that's why I want to be involved.
Cars are out on the racetrack and rolling around here at Mid-Ohio as we get ready to go racing with Formula Regional Americas. Ralph Shaheen with you, and I'm joined by the Felber brothers, Cash and Roman. Gentlemen, great to have you with us.
Yeah, great to have you. You're good to be here. Yeah, for the FR race, this will be exciting.
So, Cash, you come in with a win yesterday.
Yeah. I finished P2 on track yesterday, but after penalties, we ended up P1. So yeah, very
Take
excited.
the win any way you can get it, right?
Yep. Very excited to get the win at home. First win here in this series. So yeah, excited.
And Roman, a little bit of a rough day for you yesterday, but a much better one today.
Yeah. Yesterday we had some issues with the car, and yeah, today we started P11 and we made our way up to P6. So yeah, pretty strong race one, and looking forward to it.
So here's a look at our starting lineup. Bruno Ribeiro, Nicolas Ambiato, Jett Bowling, Titus Sherlock, and Nicolas Stati all in the top 5. And those 5 drivers, guys, have really been the story of this championship the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, Titus having a good opening to the season. I don't think Indy went his way, but Bruno Ribeiro taking, I think, a win yesterday. So yeah, he's been flying.
So you guys grew up racing here. What is the key to being quick around Mid-Ohio in an open-wheel car?
This is my second time at this track, actually. Yeah, just rolling speed, making sure you're hitting the curbs.
Well, you guys are Ohio natives, so how have you not spent a lot of time racing here?
We live about an hour away, and so yeah, we don't really come here that much.
Okay, so you guys are from Akron, right?
Yeah, we're from like Akron, Ohio.
So Bruno Ribeiro won the first race here this weekend in a pretty dominating performance. This will be a standing start. He secured his first career pole in the qualifying session. Held up Nicolas Ambiato for the win, and Sherlock, who finished third. Ambiato and Ribeiro both with Kiwi Motorsports. Here we go. Formula Regional Americas getting ready to go. Ambiato, the points leader, by 7 over Ribeiro as we get ready to go. Lights are out and we're rolling. Was that Brady Golan that rolled a little bit early, it looked like?
It looked like Ambiato to me as he clears Ribeiro into turn 1.
Yeah, there was one deeper behind them, too. I think it might have been Golan.
Maybe Golan, yeah.
Here we go. Keep an eye on the 55. Ambiato trying to be the first one to the keyhole, and he's there. Ribeiro already right on his rear wing. Fight for the lead as they head down to turn 4, hard on the brakes and cold tires. How will this work out? Oh, maybe not so good for Titus Sherlock.
Yeah, he went a little deep there. Yeah, just went a little wide. It's easy to do on cold tires. And there was oil on track earlier, so the braking's a bit different there.
What do you use for your braking marker going into 4?
This race, it was the 3, and this weekend it's been like the 250. But since there's oil on track, there was less grip when they're braking in the corners.
Do you agree with that, Cash?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's basically where I was braking too.
Obviously, there's a lot of dirty air coming off the rear wings of these bigger Formula Regional Americas cars. How tough is it with the airflow when you've got somebody tucked up behind you?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult in these cars. I've never drove one personally, but I've talked to people who have drove them, and they say the air wash in these cars are pretty bad. In our cars, it's not so bad, but these with bigger wings, it's a lot worse.
Barrett looking for a good run here down this back straightaway through turn 3, which is really just a bend in the straightaway. Peeks inside, but he's not ready to make a move. Golan getting pretty deep there.
Yeah, I got a little sideways mid-corner.
You'll fake a few attempted passes like that, won't you, just to get the guy thinking about it before you actually commit to the one later?
Yeah, you put a bunch of pressure on. It's pretty difficult to pass on this racetrack, so you just gotta stack the pressure on and then wait for them to make a mistake. You can pass in turn 2 and turn 4. Those are the easiest passing spots, but it's still pretty difficult to pass.
It's also possible right here in the carousel too if you hit it just right.
Yeah, you can. If you get the carousel right, you can and you get the draft on the turn 1. Yeah, you could probably pass him in 1.
Closing in on 28.5 minutes to go, so a lot of racing left. These teams get 2 sets of those hand-cooked slicks to use on the weekend. So you have to play your cards right with the tires, don't you?
Yeah, you do. They're pretty worn out at the end of the race since it's very hot here this weekend. So the tires get used very hot, and it's very slick on track. It was greasy yesterday. When they came in, everybody's rear tires were like draining and everything, just sliding a lot. So yeah.
Stati in the 15 really putting the pressure on Brady Golan. Golan was the pole winner at Indianapolis the last round a week ago. Stati's been used to being up front fighting for the wins. It's been unusual to see him back here in 6th today. And there is the 55 of Nicolas Ambiato out of Santiago, Chile, in the Kiwi Motorsports entry. Ribeiro out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, also one of those Kiwi Motorsports drivers. And there's Jett Bowling. Boy, he's been on a roll lately. Another Kiwi car backed by Bullhorn out of Dallas, Texas. You get on a roll like Jett Bowling has, it's really tough for anybody to have something for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Bowling comes into the race 4th in the points. He's only 30 out of the lead, and he's been putting together some pretty good performances. If he can keep that going, he can tighten that points up on Ambiato.
Yeah, Jett Bowling has been pretty consistent this season. So that's what helps him stay in the fight for the championship.
But Ambiato is starting to pull a little gap here, guys.
Yeah, could be the air wash, front tires. You don't really know, but yeah.
Ambiato yesterday picked up his 6th podium of the season. Sherlock recorded his 5th of the year as well. 3 nations were represented on the podium yesterday. Brazil, Chile, and here in the U.S. with Titus Sherlock. You guys have an international flair in your division as well, the Ligier Junior Formula Series. How do you enjoy that?
Yeah. I mean, it's just another competitor on track.
Do you guys get to chat and share insight and experiences about what life is like in other parts of the world, or?
Yeah, my teammate is from Uruguay. Yeah, I don't think he speaks a whole lot of English, so it's kind of hard to talk to him. But when I have talked to him, yeah, he said something about it's different.
Golan under attack here by Stati, and Stati's got the run out of the keyhole. Well, that's tough to make a pass on the outside coming through there.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to pass around the outside at the keyhole. Normally the inside's better. Oh.
Here we go, Golan trying to attack back. Not going to be able to pull it off. Still Ambiato, Ribeiro, Bowling, and Sherlock and Golan. Stati just in front of Golan now, so that gives him 5th. There's Stati trying to pull away now to see if he can catch back up to the guys in front of him. He's going to be trying to catch Titus Sherlock and then Bowling after that and see if he can get on the podium here today. Stati all the way from Perth, Australia, running for Kiwi Motorsports. There you can see Sherlock just in front of him in the orange car. Sherlock running for Crosslink. And there's the 5 of Jake Pollack out of San Antonio, Texas. The PMCA Partners, NRP Group sponsored Crosslink Motorsports entry. And Titus Sherlock having big problems here. Looking like his day is coming to an end. And that's going to greatly impact his championship hopes.
Looks like maybe a motor issue for Titus Sherlock as his car is losing speed.
He was 3rd in the championship coming into the race today. He was about 22 points behind Ambiato, but the bigger problem for Sherlock is that Jett Bowling was only 8 points behind him from 4th, so there could be a change for 3rd here at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think there will, because Titus Sherlock looks like his motor failed. So
yeah, and Bowling here, it doesn't look like he's done. He's running in 3rd, but he's got his eyes now on Ribeiro and might have a shot at catching him with 21.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, it looks like Jett Bowling's closing up the gap to Ribeiro ahead. So, and it looks like Ribeiro is closing up the gap to Ambiato a little bit. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Ambiato got his 3rd win of the year in race 2 here yesterday. Bowling was 3rd in that one, with Ribeiro 2nd. And Kiwi Motorsports swept that podium in race 2. It was the 5th time this year that Jett Bowling has finished on the podium with that 3rd place finish. So as we said, he's been on a pretty good roll here, but Ribeiro, and he's been tough. His 8th podium 2025, having picked up his first win earlier in the day.
Ribeiro closed the gap 4/10 last lap to Ambiato.
That's a significant pickup.
Yes, it could be tires falling off for Ambiato. He did push quite hard in the first stint so far, so yeah.
So where do you guys see Ribeiro catching Ambiato? Where's he making up the time?
It's hard to tell. It looks like in the back sector though, quite a bit. Looks like he caught him there a lot.
In the more technical part of the track.
Yes, yes. It looks like he caught him in 4, a little bit in 5. That could be tire wear, but yeah.
Well, he's definitely closed up now. Look at that. Like you said, right through this very technical section. He's within a car length now.
Yeah, they're closed now.
When you're closing on somebody like that, at first you might be 2-3 seconds behind him, and you start chipping away at it, and you're doing your work, and you get there. All of a sudden, you reach a point where you're like, I got him now. And you get that little bit of boost of adrenaline and energy and focus to complete the pass. How close do you have to be? When does that kick in where you're like, okay, it's on now?
I'd say probably about like half second away. When you're half second away, that's pretty close.
So you get that half a car length kind of thing?
Yes. So you draft, then you could draft up on him, and then that's how you'd go side by side, make the move inside or outside.
Here he goes, looking inside is Ribeiro. Nice block by Ambiato. You get one shot at that move, don't you, Roman?
Yes, you do.
Ribeiro staying with him. You would think with these two fighting for the lead, it would help Bowling out a little bit. Maybe give him a chance to gain a little ground.
Yeah, he gained like 2/10 last lap, so maybe this lap he'll gain a bit more because they defended it.
Let's see where they are when they cross the line. Bowling inside of 2 seconds, it looks like, behind.
Yeah, he did 20.3. They did 21.1 last lap, so he gained quite a bit.
Yeah. He's got to keep it up. He's got plenty of time. It's 17 and a half minutes to go.
Barrett isn't as close to Ambiata on this straightaway as last lap.
These guys have had a lot of races this weekend. It's their third one, making up for one that they lost at Indianapolis last week due to the weather. But he took a little bit of a wheel there. Bowling looks like he's closer still, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like he closed up a lot this lap. We'll see what the gap is at the line, but it looks like around half second to a second he closed up this lap.
Yeah, it was, what, 1.9 seconds last time?
Yes, it was.
Let's see what we have here now. Top two across the line. Here comes Bowling. Well,
still 1.9.
Not quite as much as we thought he had, maybe a thousandth or two.
Maybe it looks like he closed up, maybe he closed up a little bit, like 0.2 on Ribeiro, because Ribeiro is dropping off the back of Ambiata, so.
There you go, that could be it.
Yeah, it's a little closer. Looks like Stati has had an issue. He's down 10th right now.
Yeah, something has gone wrong for Nicolas Stati. Ribeiro still hasn't found a way around Ambiato. Do you see any openings in Ambiato that maybe Ribeiro could take advantage of? Is there a spot on the track? He looks weak.
Not right now. He was a bit closer earlier, so I feel like that was his time to pass him. But right now he's just dropped on the back of the tad, so not close enough to send it into 4 yet.
Here we go, another one in the books. And Bowling.
Bowling improved on
Got 2/10 that time.
Ribeiro seems to be a little bit closer this lap, so maybe we'll see some defensive action into turn 4.
Bowling still too far behind to gain anything out of that draft at this point.
Going to the inside there, Ribeiro. He did get
and he came out with the lead. How about that? He'd been feigning that as an opportunity lap after lap, and he finally stuck it right down in there.
Yeah, it was kind of a late dive bomb, but it seems like he has a little bit more pace than Ambiato at this time of the race. So, yeah, and then Jett Bowling's closing up to both of them right now. So we could see a 3-car back for the lead, race for the lead.
And Bowling is definitely closing.
Yes, looks like he is closing. We'll see the gap of the line.
There we go, 1-4.
Bowling gained 0.3 last lap on the leader, so he's closing up a little bit. Looks like Ambiato is dropping off the back of Ribeiro right now, so Bowling probably looking to try to close in on him.
Ambiato too far back here this time to retaliate. Looks like Bowling's pretty good through this technical part as well.
Yeah, Bowling seems to be closing up the technical section too. 5, 6, and 7 of the racetrack, so he seems pretty good through that section.
12 and a half minutes to go, so plenty of racing left for Jett Bowling to do something here. Won 6. He lost a little time.
Yes, it looks like Bowling lost a little bit of time that lap. Ribeiro out front.
Sure seems like he's closing. The clock doesn't lie. "12 minutes to go here. Ribeiro needs to buckle down and just focus, doesn't he?"
Yes, he needs to put his head down and put in the best clean laps he can do. Looks like he is stretching his legs a little bit here, as he looks like he's pulling a gap on Ambiato.
Again, coming into this race, Ambiato by 7 over Ribeiro. So Bruno looking to tighten things up here. Sherlock is going to fall out of third, and Bowling is probably going to take over third. So these last 11 minutes can have a huge impact on this championship.
Yeah, obviously, if Ribeiro wins, he could take the lead of the championship, depending where Ambiato finishes. So Ribeiro kind of needs to win this race if he wants to take the lead of the championship from Ambiato. And Jett Bowling, obviously, if he stays third, he'll move up into third in the championship. So.
Well, we've seen it happen numerous times today where get right down to the end of the race, final lap, penultimate lap, and guy out front just makes that one little bobble and hands over the lead. So we'll see if Ribeiro can keep things clean here. Bowling's doing now. Boy, he's slipped off a bit. He's back to 2.3. So I don't know, maybe those tires have been used up and he doesn't have the grip he needs to keep pushing.
Yeah, his left front looks pretty grained to me.
There's a look at Jett Bowling. You can see Ribeiro 1.2 out in front of Ambiato as well. So he doesn't want to get too comfy, but he just needs to keep putting in consistent laps inside of 9 minutes. Barrett with a nice entry into the carousel. Just solid.
Barrett, Wolfe, going a bit off there in 4.
Mid-Ohio is the most visited track in the series in the history of Formula Regional Americas. It's the only track that, most races here. Ambiato might be slipping back to Bowling, though.
Yeah, Bowling looks to be closing in this lap a little bit. So we might see a battle for second in a minute.
So right near the halfway point of the season for this tour as well. So boy, you don't want to make a mistake now because start running out of opportunities.
Bowling went about 2/10 faster last lap, so we might see a battle here at the end of the race for second.
Of course, Bowling got his first win just a week ago at Indianapolis, and he is right there on Ambiato now. So the fight for second, just a second apart. Ambiato also a winner in Indy.
Yeah, Bowling looks to be closing a lot this lap, so
Ambiato has definitely lost touch with Ribeiro. Now it's all about defending second place these final 5.5 minutes.
Gap looks to be about 6/10 now, so he took 4/10 out of him last lap.
Bowling right there. He was 4/10 of a second quicker on that last lap was Jett Bowling than Ambiato. But he seems to lose ground down this long straightaway. Ambiato made a little mistake there getting into 4. Went a little wider than I think he was hoping to.
Bowling seems to gain most of his time in this back technical section. This is where he seems to close up the most. That could be just Ambiato pushed his tires too hard at the start, and either they overheated or they're just completely dead. So that could be why Bowling is catching a lot now. Where Bowling more preserve his tires for the end of the race.
Yeah, you can see Ambiato's car really moving around on exit coming out of the carousel.
Yes, it looks like to be moving around a lot. The rears look dead from outside of the car. Or from third person side.
No problems for Ribeiro. Bowling was a 10th quicker than Ambiato on that last lap.
Big slide for Ambiato coming out of the keyhole.
This is where Ambiato's had the advantage, though.
Down this long straight. He might be running less downforce, which allows him to be faster down the back straight. So, and that would make sense why Bowling would close in this tight technical section, because he has more grip because of the aero.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely going to be running out of mechanical grip at this point.
Yes, the tires. Tires aren't they don't have a lot of grip anymore at the end of this weekend because it's very hot out there. It's their third race. These tires probably went through quali and maybe second race. So this is their third heat cycle, and that does a lot to the tire. So
these drivers have to be a little tired themselves, a little worn out.
Yes, it's very hot out there. Very physical car.
Well, yeah. He's right there on him now.
Yeah, he's close.
Almost dead even across the line in speed. Bowling starting to fake to the inside. Bowling looking to be on the podium again here, but wants to be on the second step, not the third. 2.5 minutes to go, so probably white flag next time by.
Yeah, white flag next time. Might see a move on the last lap here from Bowling. So.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have a little traffic as well.
Yes, it does look like we're gonna have some traffic. I think that's Kevin Jansen, one of our Masters drivers. He's
He pulls over.
Great job of Kevin Jansen getting out the way.
There's the white flag for Ribeiro.
Yeah, it looks like Ambiato pulled a little bit. No, it looks like they're the same this time by.
Bowling is going to have to get a great run out of the keyhole here.
Ambiato went
Side by
wide.
side.
Ambiato
Yeah,
went
he
wide.
did, and there goes Bowling.
Bowling takes over P2.
But
Ambiato
Ambiato will be quicker down this long straightaway, so Bowling's going to have to be on the defensive side headed into 4.
Yeah, I think we'll see some side-by-side action into turn 4.
He got a good run off the corner, did Jett.
Yeah, he got a good run. Ambiato
I don't think he's going to be close enough, Ambiato.
It's not looking like it, is it? And he's not going to be
Tried for a
as
reason.
quick through the tighter technical stuff.
No. Ambiato had a peek into 5, but that's hard to pass from there. Easier to go around the outside.
It's been the story of the day on the last lap or the penultimate lap. Guys in the front position just making that one little mistake that opens the door after a hard-fought battle. They end up giving up either the lead or, in this case, second place.
Yes. Ribeiro's been really consistent all race, so that definitely helped him. So that's good.
Bruno Ribeiro through the Summit Carousel for the final time, and he's going to the top step of the podium with the win here at Mid-Ohio in race 3. And Jett Bowling does a great job to fight through and take second away from Ambiato right at the end of this one. And the points are definitely going to get shaken up. Formula Regional Americas.
Yeah, I think Ribeiro might have gotten the lead in the championship now since Ambiato finished 3rd.
Yep, and with Sherlock having his problems.
Yes, Sherlock having his motor issue. I think Jett Bowling takes over 3rd now in the championship, so very close up front in this championship.
So Ribeiro won yesterday, gets another one here today. Ambiato with the win yesterday, but on the podium again here this afternoon. So strong run for both of them. There's a look at the results again. Ribeiro, Bowling, Ambiato, Brady Golan up to 4th. Connor Roberts will take 5th. And Kevin Jansen making a nice move to let the leaders by. He rounds out the top 10. See if we can take a look at that pass here and figure out what Ambiato did wrong.
Let's see. So he gets a little wide off the apex of 1. Just understeers wide, I feel like. Yeah, just understeers a little bit wide. Missed his apex. Yeah. And then Bowling got a better exit down the straight, which allowed him to clear Ambiato. And that was basically.
Yep, just in time to get on the brakes down here. And Bowling takes over 2nd place, and there you see Ribeiro out in front of him. Coming up just on the other side of the break, it's time for the Cube 3 Architecture TA2 Championship presented by Pirelli. You switch on over to Speed Sport 1 now. Catch that race live on Speed Sport 1. We'll be right back.
Architecture is about everything. We change the environment. We are changing how people live in the environment today. So we basically put our fingerprint on the future of what the United States looks like. My overall business philosophy is that I'm engaged with the company from top to bottom, and I think the racing world and helping out the next generation and younger drivers is a passion of mine, and it's getting stronger and stronger every year. With that, that's why I want to be involved.
Up and get ready for race day with Mission Foods. The world's best racers and tastiest products come together to make every race delicious. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy to make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.